Hey everybody,
You're listening to the
the Jam
Jam
Show.
Show.
That's right. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Here we
Thanks
are
for
again.
being here, Justin.
Oh, dude, yeah. Thanks for having me, Matt.
Yeah, of course.
It's a good time.
Yes, every other Monday. It's still never enough. Wish we could hang out more, but
Dude, it's life though. Dude.
Oh,
You can
dude,
see how much life just falls apart in between these 2 weeks every time.
yeah, right.
All the
This is-
dreams and aspirations that I have coming into this, and then I just fall apart.
no pull through. I go into a new therapist, and we have talked about that.
Oh yes. You sent me some art today. Was that yours?
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
It was the therapist or counselor. I'm not sure what she is, but she does art therapy. So it speaks to like a lot of your problem solving skills, I guess.
That second piece of art was very Matt Nicky.
Was that the skull?
Yeah, with the flames and shit. I was like, yep, I could tell you do that.
So what she has talked about and what I have a problem with is they call it the messy middle.
Oh, do tell me.
You come up with the idea and you can see what the end result is, but you get lost in the messy middle, trying to figure out how to get there.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like sometimes I'm good at that because I'm good at making like plans. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I try to think about the steps of how I'm going to get it done because there's always a sequence of events that needs to happen that is like optimal.
Yeah.
For almost anything. Building a house doesn't make sense to
do the roof first.
Well, I mean, you kind of do the roof. I mean, not necessarily first, but before you do anything inside, right? You get the roof on. So you know what I mean? So,
but it's not first.
No, it's absolutely not first. But I mean, you don't finish. You don't like
you don't put the drywall up.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a sequence to it. Right?
Although that's how they build campers, I believe.
Oh, really?
They build them from the inside out.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking mind blow.
Yeah, that's why they're kind of hard to work on from the inside out. You know.
What was it last year? I helped. I didn't help very much because I kind of pushed out. But
of course you did.
My dad and his friend replaced the roof on his camper.
Damn, that sounds like a job.
It was a job, but the four of us got it. I mean,
was it just like a big roll of plastic or something?
Real thick rubber.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing that we did was built reinforcement. I don't know what you call it, trusses, I guess. Because what they had, the way they build campers, like once you tear apart tear the roof off of one and you see how it's kind of built, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it would have been cool to make like you ever see in houses where they have that like really big, thick, decorative wood. That's like it looks super old and.
Oh, you mean like crown molding and stuff like that?
No, like it looks like a cabin almost.
Oh, you mean like the Lincoln log almost?
Yeah, it looks like something kind of like that, but it's like just like over,
large rough hewn logs.
Yeah,
yes,
that would be cool to put something like that in there.
I always forget though, campers, they have to build them so light.
Oh, so light,
right?
Dude.
I always, every time I look at a camper and I'm like, why do they do it this way? Then I'm like, my brother's like, well, they build it. This has got to be light.
Yeah.
I'm like complaining about something. And it's like,
and being light and hollow, they're inherently flimsy as fuck.
Exactly. They just fall apart.
Yeah, dude, the roof. If I'm scrolling through Marketplace, because I'm always looking for another camper, it's like 80%. Dude, vintage campers, you can't get a vintage camper hardly for less than $800 to $1,000.
Okay.
And at that price point, they're completely gutted.
Just garbage?
Trash.
Well, I mean, just a shell, right?
Yeah.
Like, are they weatherproof, watertight?
Probably not. That's probably why they gutted it. You know what I mean? It was probably just so water damaged.
It's just such a project.
Oh, yeah.
It's a small miniature house. You really got to be, like, really handy.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got like the skills to custom fabricate everything, because that's really what you got to do with those little things, because it's like everything is fucking so crammed in there.
For sure.
But no, I dig it though. I could get behind customizing. And now that we've seen how they replace a fucking roof on one, I'm like, Okay, well, what else can you do?
Roof is 80% like the worst.
Well, now that camper is fucking solid.
Oh yeah.
He bought that. My dad's friend bought that camper. I want to say for like it's like a 26-foot with a slide out.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice on the inside. But the exterior, obviously, the roof needed work.
Mm-hmm.
But probably for like $5,000 or something like that.
What's he used to pull it? Like a 250?
He's got a big fucking truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's always telling me, he's like, you know what you need to buy? It's a black Chevy Silverado. You just blend right in. Like, well, I can't afford a black Chevy Silverado.
Yeah.
That's the fucking thing.
But dude, having a truck is nice.
I dream about having a truck. I bought a Land Rover hoping I could make it into my truck. And now I'm like looking to sell it again.
Ebb and flow.
I know.
Ebb and
I know.
flow.
That's welcome to the world of Justin.
Yeah, this is the first time you're listening. This is not the first time he's talked about selling this thing.
I had a guy come in to look to trade me for. He had it's like a 1989 Nissan 240SX that he was gonna try and trade
Was it
me.
fucking
It's so
Seabiscuit?
not Seabiscuit. I sent the car to Seabiscuit to get his opinion on it,
Yeah.
and he was like, ugh.
That's
I
funny.
was like, yeah, I was like, because the motor was out of that car that he was sending me, but it's like, you know, an '89 Nissan is like it's got some value because it's like JDM, you know what I mean? It's almost collectible.
Yeah.
Almost.
Did he have a motor with it? Just
He
wasn't
did.
in it?
He did have a boner and transmission with it.
Did you
yeah.
say boner?
I said motor.
Oh, okay.
I might have
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip there. Yeah. I guess it does kind of. I mean, the transmission and anyway. But I don't know.
Oh, so kind of some of the science behind the messy middle is like the working between your left and right brain.
Right.
So like I believe your left brain is like the creative side and like problem solving and stuff, and then your right side is like your what do you call them? Your like motor skills. And so like like you can see like I could see a picture on a piece of paper,
right.
but getting your hand to like
Oh, bro, that's me. I can't draw.
or like even you know I can see a house be built, but you know like putting the nail in the right place and stuff like that it's the messy middle, and it's got a name, so you know that like, and maybe it's not like a scientific term, but it's got a term for it, so you know you're not the only one struggling with it.
Oh no, absolutely.
I feel like sometimes it's a little bit easier to feel like you're not the only one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and everybody struggles with it, I guess, you know, but you only see like the best of everything.
Oh,
you know what
dude.
I mean? So
And it's
like,
Instagram world right there.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like you try to pick something up as a hobby or something, and you're looking at like the fucking cream of the crop, you know, people doing it, and you're like trying to pick it up, and you're like, it's kind of
Yeah,
discouraging.
it's
sometimes
some guy that's been doing carpentry for 35 years, and he's like, it's as simple as
right. Or you watch those calligraphy videos
No.
where they're like fucking, you know, writing something. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I don't know. There's something satisfying about
Yeah.
watching some of those videos.
Dude, there's whole fucking TikTok live streams of people just writing other people's names and stuff like
Really?
that. Yeah, you've probably never been on TikTok.
I don't have a TikTok now. I refuse.
Yeah, the live stuff is like so frustrating to me.
What is it?
So it's live streams.
Okay.
And so a lot of them, there's like 3 basic ones, I think. You have your gamer ones, of course.
Twitch streaming.
Yeah,
Okay,
essentially.
I know what that is.
But it's just on TikTok.
Okay. I didn't know they
And
did
then,
that.
yeah, and
That's
then
news to me.
and then you have your like never ending ones.
Fucking rookie.
You have your never ending ones.
Wait,
well,
what?
actually, you know what? Let me go back to this first because I'll have to explain never ending.
Okay.
You have your like welcome ones. So it's like you go into this chat. Did you just do that twice in a row?
Definitely not.
You have your welcome ones, and it's like you go in, and I think they do it based on like giving gifts, which I think is money or points or something. And they'll like write your name, or some of them are like people trying to sleep, and depending on what gift you give them, like a noise will go off, and it helps them, or it like hurts them from sleeping. Weird ones.
What the?
Those are like big gift ones. maybe is a better term. And then you have your never-ending ones. And these are things like somebody takes an egg and will remove the shell with like tweezers. So just breaking off like little microscopic pieces every time. And then every time you come across it, it's just like a square quarter inch of eggshell. And somehow they just keep breaking off littler pieces. And so you're like, oh, dude, I kind of want to see what this looks like. And they
So
just
it
hook
hooks
you into watching.
You're just like, oh, fuck it, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And it's like, dude, you have never known how much somebody could draw something out until you see a square quarter inch of eggshell being removed from an egg, dude. It's crazy.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
These damn kids.
And other ones like that are like you pay money to somebody and they'll give you something that they're working on. A lot of them that I see is like a tumbler full of stones.
Okay.
And they just have like a wire basket and they pull out, you give them $10 and they pull out however many stones and they mail it to you.
Jesus Christ.
Right. That one's kind of cool because you get to kind of see the stuff happening.
I would imagine there's like weird ones out there too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The good ones are like I've seen
Ugh.
a video, a live stream of a hamster cage.
Oh boy.
And these hamsters are just fucking running on wheels and like climbing all over stuff.
Just being super hamstery.
Yeah.
Fidgety as
That's
shit.
about the best you got on Twitter, TikTok live stream.
God damn it. I guess I need to download it now.
Yeah, you do.
You fucking convinced me.
Get it before it's gone, buddy.
Oh, dude. Oh, I definitely have to now. Shit, dude. Oh, man.
Let's really quick do the book.
Oh, man. I forgot all about the book.
It's not a big deal.
I tried to listen to it from the beginning this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Or this past week, actually. Tried twice. And I couldn't get into it. I was just not in the right mindset anymore for it. I was just like,
It's tough having to focus on this, I feel like.
Yes.
I feel like next time we'll try to do a whole book.
Right. And then come back with quotes throughout the thing that we liked or something.
Yeah,
As
something
opposed
like
to stretching it out so long.
Yeah. And if you're new to the podcast, we are reading Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Wynn. Last podcast, we didn't do such a great job. But luckily, this book is so fucking repetitive, you essentially get the same thing in the next chapter. So this is chapter 10. This is chapter 10, Unconditional Love and Creation. So at the beginning of every chapter is a quote. This is, the greatest power that mankind could ever achieve is the power of unconditional love. This is when people love with no limitations, conditions, or boundaries. Said by Tony Green.
Fucking wise words, Tony Green.
Yeah. Yeah, loving unconditionally. And I never considered that topic until I read this book.
Yeah, I tried to tell Lauren this the other day, and she just wasn't buying it. She wasn't, because I listened to this chapter last week.
She's like, if you didn't have a dupe, I wouldn't love you.
Yes, basically. If you didn't have a super sweet Fiat. Yeah, dude, that thing just pulls the ladies. Let me tell you.
So I thought it said Tom Green at first. Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, the comedian, like the yes. Oh god.
So I'm just gonna read a few lines out of here.
You know, Tom Green has a podcast studio set up.
Oh, duh.
He was like one of the OGs, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's like, what? He had it set up, and then Rogan saw it. And
really?
He was like, I can do that.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No Rogan if there wasn't a Tom Green.
Right. Or the other guy. What's the other guy?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I know it's the guy that
The
Rogan
Podfather.
kind of talks about.
The Podfather.
Yeah. So I had to know the reason behind why things were the way they were. Otherwise, I would go crazy. I couldn't just experience life without knowing the meaning and reasoning behind everything. I asked my wife why she loved me. She innocently replied that she didn't know why, she just did. Then she asked me why I loved her, and I listed off a dozen different reasons why. Then I realized, what happens if she doesn't laugh one day or doesn't help someone that day? Do I stop loving her if she doesn't do the things that I said were the reasons that I love her? Those are strong words.
Yeah.
I never considered that. Cat's running around upstairs.
Jeez.
I always thought you're supposed to list the reasons why.
Really?
Yeah.
I always struggle with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like that's how I love is unconditionally. I think. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, weird.
Along with unconditional love comes unconditional creation.
Oh.
When we create something for something else, typically we do not enjoy the process of creating.
Like this pod, bro.
Well, and that's what I say about the podcasts. So I had recently talked to a guy that was supposed to promote the Blue Ribbon Lounge for free.
What? Don't do it, Matt. It's a scam.
Well, it was no money. I just was kind of talking to him, and he does like fucking 7 podcasts and has a kid, and I'm like, oh my, and a real job, like a full-time job and stuff.
Is he a good dad though?
Well, I don't know.
All right, well, I don't know the guy.
But he was like, what do you want out of your podcast? And kind of selfishly, my first thought was like, I would love to not have to pay all this money for the podcast, because like website costs something.
Oh.
Podcast hosting costs something.
Oh, I didn't see. We don't do any of that, right?
Well, you don't. I mean, I had to buy all the equipment.
Right, but besides the equipment, which is just like, you would have this anyway, the hobby equipment, right?
That's kind of true.
But like, our pod
is the minimum requirement.
Is like essentially the minimalist.
Yeah.
Right? It's like freebies only. Right?
Yeah, right.
So.
But yeah, I kind of said that selfishly, but I think if I really wanted that,
like 100 million would be cool.
Well,
No.
If I really wanted that, I think I would be trying to do more to get to that end. You know,
what do you want out of your podcast? You want more people to listen to it.
I think that's what it is, and not more people. Just audience interaction. One person, or because I love talking to you.
Right.
That's why we do this. I love talking to Davey. That's why I do the Blue Ribbon Lounge. And just having more, and the Blue Ribbon Lounge, we do have some people that
you have some loyal listeners.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing it for what, fucking 150 episodes or something?
We're almost at 2 years now. 52 episodes will be coming up in a couple of weeks.
That's literally an achievement.
Yeah.
Because there's very few podcasts that make it to that.
Yeah, for sure. And
many episodes.
Yeah, and I really do enjoy doing it. It always ends up being work. I have to edit it and post it, and things eventually fuck up. And I am learning to deal with those because I would not see you now that we don't work together.
Oh, absolutely.
I would not see Dave if we don't work together.
I don't see anybody else either. Kirk or fucking Brewski. I haven't seen them for a while.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a big UFC fight, you know.
Yeah, or poker game or whatever.
Yeah, we don't really get together.
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty.
Such is life. We were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to be better at hanging out with people. I just get so caught up in my own little projects. Because it's like fucking hunting season. Mm-hmm. Once hunting season's over, it's like fucking, gotta catch up on all the shit that I need to do on the duplex that I've been putting off for the entirety of hunting season.
And then you have hobbies and like fun things that you want to do.
Now I'm trying to buckle down and work on the dupe.
Yeah. Hunting season's over, so.
I know.
It's dupe season.
It is dupe season. That's what I gotta fucking go spray. I got a bunch of weed killer. Gotta go spray a bunch of weeds.
That sounds like the absolute minimal thing to be doing.
Yeah, it's really not bad. But, I mean...
Didn't you tell me you got a bunch of stuff for the dupe?
Yeah, I have a bunch of wood that I gotta stain and build heater boxes for.
Oh, okay.
Like, you remember the fucking...
Is it like treated or something?
No, it's not treated.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it doesn't warp.
Or like catch on fire?
Why would it catch on fire?
Because it's next to a heat source?
But you're running warm water through a tube.
Yeah. Also, I guess like
you're never gonna get hot.
If it was gonna catch wood on fire, it would have melted the shit out of that plastic, right?
Yes, exactly.
So doing something for some other reason is always just a means to an end, never an end in itself.
Preach.
What we're ultimately looking for are feelings. We want more money to get a sense of security and peace. We want to spend time with our family because it makes us feel love and joy. We want to do what we love because it gives us a sense of fulfillment inside.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
And doing work to get there is maybe just some sort of distraction.
Yeah.
And it's like I could see it being a distraction or a messy middle.
It is. That's a good way to put it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Messy middle, right?
Because for the longest time, I was making a little bit more money at the old place, and I was trying to figure out a side hustle to do and trying to do all this stuff. And then I just buckled down and didn't spend as much money. And I became more financially secure.
That's how you build wealth.
Right. Yeah.
Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey. But yeah, it's interesting. Many ways to skin a cat, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it just shows how it's like important how you shift certain variables and they're way more. They have bigger impact, I guess. You know, the multipliers.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe somebody else is not good about controlling their budget and better at whatever side hustling is. You know,
they're just out there fucking hustling, making all the money to make up for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what
habit.
I feel like that's what a lot of poor people do. Is like they go work and then they get off of work and go do odd jobs and stuff like that. And then they're still just chasing their tail somehow.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. That is a good point. It's just like they're just chasing something, you know what I mean? Not ever
Probably
never really getting ahead.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people I'm sure are doing that and then using all that money at the casino or drinking or, you know, all that type of stuff.
Everybody's got their vices.
Yeah, there's so many things that you could be spending money on.
Yeah, that's why building wealth is so difficult. Because it's like, first you have to spend less than you're making, and then you got to start having that money make money for you. It's not easy.
The money-making money part is something I've never been good at.
Yeah, no, that's why there's so many people that sell those courses that want to try to tell you that you just do this thing, it's a formula, and it just makes you money, and that's why there's so many people making courses to sell that shit.
Yeah, and it's like if I was making the money, I wouldn't be making the courses.
Right, exactly. You'd be busy spending your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did find an idea that I'm going to try to pursue. It's some sort of Pinterest meets meets Printful type T-shirt making.
Okay, where it's like you are selling T-shirt designs that are printed by a company.
Yeah,
I've thought about doing that before too.
And I have a couple of T-shirt designs already that are just collecting dust.
Bro.
Yeah, well, I made the Printful business page.
Okay.
And now I'm just trying to figure out how to link it with the Shopify page, or Shopify, or maybe Printful, or one of the two of them. And it's supposed to, whenever you get a purchase off of Pinterest, then it goes to Printful and it fulfills its own order.
Right, ship to
print to ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how you get it like seen and stuff, but people are like crazy about Pinterest, I hear.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. No, that's smart.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you could hook that up to like an Instagram shop too.
Yeah, and just like paid ad
got
type
a
things.
fucking
Yeah.
shop on it, and then just pay for a few ads. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Fuck it. Do a few giveaways. Sell some fucking what do you call them? Tie-dye shirts.
Yeah,
The
right.
kids love tie-dye shirts, dude.
Kids love them. I watched how they make tie-dye shirts, and it was kind of crazy.
Oh, dude, back when I used to use Instagram all the time, which I don't anymore, there was a guy I used to follow that would make the fucking craziest, like $250 tie-dye
Like
shirts.
60 fold
Dude,
shit.
fucking 260 fold, dude.
And like
This
rubber
guy,
bands all over
dude,
it.
it looked fucking nuts. Like, how the fuck did you learn how to do that? Like, how high were you? He's just like sitting there like, oh, I see the ways.
Yeah, because it comes out super fucking perfect.
Yeah, it's some of the designs that they did. I'll have to send them to you. I think I have sent them to you before.
And I've probably seen stuff. Have seen stuff like that on the internet.
It's just like, God, I'm trying to think of what the design was that he made. Whatever that fucking weird round one is.
Some sort of mandala type thing.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
A mandala. But, fuck. What'd you do this weekend? You do anything?
It was me and the wife's anniversary.
Okay.
We didn't even realize it until my mom was like, "Hey, when's your guys' anniversary?"
Oh.
And then also my wife stumbled across an invitation, so it was like, "Oh, I guess it's."
So what'd you guys do?
We went. So our first date was a burlesque show at the Speakeasy in downtown Rock Island.
Okay.
And there was a burlesque show at the Speakeasy in downtown Rock Island.
Oh, nice.
So I went and did that. And then she wasn't feeling good this weekend. And I wasn't feeling good either. I've been digging and putting pavers down.
Putting in work.
Yeah, in my backyard.
Ooh.
And so I was just exhausted, and I just crashed this week.
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
hardly.
I know the feeling. That's how I feel like after fucking working at the old escalator factory.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Mentally drained, not physically, obviously. But anyway.
I made that music video.
Oh yeah, that was slick.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of working on another one right now too.
Oh, that's nice, dude.
A lot of irons in the fire.
That's the type of shit you got to start ripping out.
Yeah, super
and then
simple
get
stuff.
yourself some sort of resume going, and then fucking say fuck the man. And
fuck the man.
Go
fuck the man.
Go full-time artist.
What'd you do this weekend, bro?
What did I do? Me and Lauren did a whole bunch of cleaning. Did a deep clean.
Nice.
That always feels good.
It does always feel good.
And then the next morning, the cats just shit all over it. You know, it's just fucking a mess again. That's what you have forecast for.
Just like knocking everything over.
Yeah.
Forecast do you officially have more than me?
Oh no, I gotta start killing off stuff.
All your cats are super young too.
I know, I'm gonna start leaving the door open. No, but we cleaned some. I bled my brakes on the Fiat.
Nice.
That felt good. I rented a little vacuum pump to like revert to pull the fluid, out of the brake caliper instead of pumping the brake.
Oh, okay.
So you could do it by yourself, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking tool I got from AutoZone didn't work with a fucking shit. I ended up just using the hose that came in the toolkit, because you can just rent tools. You just pay the price of the tool, and they give you the full money back. Right?
Yeah.
It's fucking a super sweet system, because you don't have to pay anything. They give you all your money back.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I just used the clear tube that hooked to the bleeder hoses, and then just used like a water bottle, poked a hole in it, filled it with a little bit of brake fluid, and then because the Fiat's so small, I could basically leave the door open and reach in and with my hand and pump the brake while just doing it all by myself.
Do you only have to bleed one brake, or do you have to bleed them all?
I mean, I suppose you could bleed just one if you wanted. If you had to just do one line, I suppose. Like if you just had to replace one caliper, I suppose you could just bleed that line. That would be fine.
But the hose was long enough to reach all the way under your car.
Well, it's just, it was only this long, but you do one wheel at a time, starting with the wheel farthest from the master cylinder.
Oh, good to know.
Wondering.
Good to know.
Yeah. You ever bleed the brakes on that there?
I have. I've done that once or twice.
It's actually not that bad. On the Fiat, it took me once I got going, fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah, I just imagine they're for the Fiat, it's like a little eyeglasses screw.
Dude, that's what I was telling my dad and my dad's friend when they came over, because they brought that plasma cutter, fucking acetylene torch, and a welder over. And then he also brought a big.
You were gonna do something on the
parts washer too. He brought over, yeah.
You were gonna do something on the Land Rover.
Yeah, I wanted to do a full fucking resto on it and just pull it all apart and clean the frame up and do it right.
I think it sounds like a great idea.
Well, my brother just bought an S10, so I might have to buy an S10 too to see
what the
to build a faster one. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm probably going to sell the Land Rover and just get as much as I can out of it. Essentially, I'm gonna put it on eBay auction.
eBay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because my dad always says I'd get more money for it on there. So I'm gonna give it a run.
Reaching a larger audience is a big difference.
100%. Well, and then there's always, because the people that want to buy those are fucking enthusiasts of that brand.
Yeah.
And you're not fucking. There's another guy locally that's selling a Land Rover just like mine, but a white one, doesn't have a roof rack, and obviously it's white, so it's kind of a lamer color. But it's super clean.
What color's yours?
Mine's I think it's Givery green or something
Okay.
like that. I have the
Green's a good color.
I have the original window sticker
Oh,
for the
okay.
vehicle.
That's
and,
crazy.
People in the Land Rover groups, they all say that color that I have is the color to have.
Really?
Yeah, it's the most desired color.
Cool.
Because it is a fucking dope ass. I mean, it looks good. You've seen it.
Yeah, it does feel like
It's a
good
sweet
car.
fucking ride, but I'm like, God, there's just so many fucking problems.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, where do you start? Where do you start?
The messy middle, man.
So I just actually,
You just have to start.
but I messaged the guy. Well, that's why I'm still kind of working on it. You know, I put it up on Jax or whatever. I think I talked about that the last time. Trying to find the driveline vibration.
Yeah,
in
did
it.
you find it?
No, it sounded smooth, but there was a little bit of wiggle in the front prop shaft.
Well, you were talking about it could be your
yeah.
tires.
That's what I thought too, but my brother's saying he's like almost guaranteeing that it's like either the front diff got like, because when the front prop drive shaft broke, it probably did something to either the output shaft on the transfer case or the input shaft on that front differential. So that's what I'm thinking.
Where are you on taking it to a shop to find out what's wrong with it and then fixing it yourself?
Oh, where am I going to take it to?
I don't know.
Nowhere. Nobody wants to work on that thing.
They don't work on it. They just tell you what's wrong with it.
I don't even think they want to tell me what's wrong with it. I mean, I might be able to get like a. That's why you just replace stuff until it's fixed. I found a guy in where is it? Cedar Rapids that has a Land Rover that's fucking just like mine that he's selling, just like basically giving parts away out of it.
Really?
Because I mean, there's just such a small group of people that have them and are actually interested in fixing them up. They're so cheap out there. You can. It's crazy that was like a $60,000 vehicle just a few years ago, you know, and you can buy them for like $3 or $4 grand.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. Really good condition ones, yeah, they go for 18, 30, 45,000. But like in order to turn one of these into that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to take 10, 15 grand and a lot of know-how in order to get there. That's why they're worth so much money, though.
Yeah.
You know, but they're just so sweet, though.
Yeah. You should see if Seabus could help you with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of spending money. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of money. That's all it is.
Fair.
That's all it is.
You-
I should ask for some help. You're right. You're onto something.
Yeah, I mean, 2 brains is better than 1, and you get to hang out with people.
Yeah. No. I mean, once I get a project going, I would definitely fucking invite people over to fucking. I just have to get a project. And the other bad thing about the Land Rover, it doesn't fit in the garage.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'd have to go buy 4 tires with like smaller little donuts essentially to put on it, so then I could, and then take the roof rack off, so then I could just roll it into just to get it in the garage.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm like, is that even worth it? I don't know.
I mean, the weather's about to change, so working outside ain't that
Yeah,
big a deal.
no, I don't know. We'll see. In 2 weeks from now, mark my words, I'll want to keep it. I'll have a whole plan written out on a piece of paper detailing a full restoration of it and all the parts and sources with websites and prices. And then a month from now, I'll have it posted on eBay.
With all that information to be like, hey, when do you want to do it?
When you want to do it, this is the plan.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
You want to get in some news, some current events?
Well, fucking let's do it, dude.
You want some... Oh, let's start with... we've been covering that... so the 2 kind of old stories, I only have a little bit on them, but the Silicon Valley Bank...
Oh, I forgot all about that.
And the leaked Pentagon Papers.
Ooh, the documents.
Yeah, so the little bit I got on the Silicon Valley Bank, and I didn't have time to look this up, but I guess a bunch of, like, senators' family members did a whole bunch of, like, stock trading right before it failed.
So they kind of knew, huh?
Yeah.
And
it was also, like, right after some sort of conference or something, so it was super sketchy, but technically not illegal.
Technically, of course, that's the thing with the white collar crime, right? That's like that Senator Thomas thing. I don't know if you had that on your list at all.
Not Senator Thomas. Justice Thomas.
Is that what it was? Yeah, Justice.
Justice Clarence Thomas.
Yes. So, did you see what that guy said in his like quotes on that ProPublica, or in his response to the ProPublica report?
I don't know.
He released an official statement, and he basically said something to the effect of early in his thing, he said that he was basically directed that, such gifts from such a close friend, you don't have to report it.
Yeah, I think some of his words were like, Harlan and Catherine Crowe are some of our closest friends for over 25 years. As friends do, we've joined them in a number of family trips over the quarter decade we've known them. Earlier in my tenure in the court, I sought guidance from my colleagues and others in the judiciary and was advised that this hospitality from close personal friends who do not have business before the court were not reportable.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that? So what else isn't getting reported?
Yeah, that makes me believe that a lot of other people are not doing this. And there's so much other stuff I felt like that I heard was going on with this. So this Crowe, Harlan Crowe, he's some sort of billionaire Republican donor. He was the heir to a Dallas real estate fortune. And for over 20 years, he's been involved in conservative legal society. So he's just like a money man, it sounds like.
What a baller, dude.
Yeah.
What a fucking baller. Born into money, just trying to keep my money, dude. Just trying to keep my money, dude.
We're just trying to make more money.
Yeah, and just trying to have you not take my money.
So some of the things that Justice Clarence Thomas was talking about doing was flying in Crowe's public jet, going to the Crowe's personal 105-acre resort in Adirondacks, which is a mountain range in northern New York State. And while he was there, he rubbed shoulders with a bunch of other Republican billionaires. So like executives from Verizon, people from PricewaterhouseCoopers. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds important.
Oh, dude, they're super, super high up there.
A leader from the American Enterprise Institute, a pro-business conservative think tank, conservative lawyers, and other major Republican donors. And it's like all of these words are just like secret underground political shit.
Right, it's the same people that go to that fucking weirdo cult thing that Alex Jones fucking exposed. What the fuck is that called, and why am I drawing a blank on
Time traveling pedophile vampires?
No, it was like a legitimate... God damn it. Why can't I remember this, man? Pause.
While you're looking that up, this joint in the Adirondacks was built by the same person who built Trump's Mar-a-Lago.
Wait, what?
Mar-a-Lago, where one of the places Trump lives. This place in the mountains is also built by that person. He also took a trip with the Crows island hopping in Indonesia on a 160-foot super yacht.
It's Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove is what?
That's the secret gathering that I was
okay.
that all these people probably go to.
Okay. And they just like fucking discuss super secret laws or like how they're gonna...
They like put on weird fucking costumes and do weird fucking like rituals, burning shit. And
whoa!
I'll send you the fucking the link for it.
Okay.
Alex Jones and some other guy snuck in there.
Wasn't Alex Jones on top of Epstein first?
Yes, he was.
And this stuff sounds like some Epstein shit. Like going to this 150-acre place. Like, who needs that much land? What are you trying to hide from?
Yeah, what are you doing with all this stuff, bro?
Yeah.
This is America. You don't need all that. It's a new America.
And then also, I think this is maybe the most controversial part is, so with his statement, it sounded like a lot of this happened before he was in such a high position. Also, it sounded like there were...
For the last 20 years, he's went on a vacation every year.
He hasn't been Supreme Court Justice for 20 years.
How long has he been?
Since Trump's...
Oh, so just for like the last
4 or 5 years? Yeah.
So for the last 5 years.
Well, I mean, I didn't see any specific dates.
I thought he was more than just a justice. Was he a senator before that?
I think he was just a judge. But
it said I found something where it said he claimed in 1997 he reported a private flight from this Harlan Crow guy.
Oh, really?
And he hasn't reported a flight since then, it said. And this was in that ProPublica article.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's doing something sketchy. If this is just the surface level things that we can find out,
right,
there's more stuff.
Oh, 100%. Imagine all the fucking shit.
So,
burn it down.
It seems like the most recent thing, and like I was kind of saying before, maybe it's not technically illegal, you know?
Right.
Like,
yes. It's a gray area, right?
I saw that, well, like senators and shit, they can't even allow people to buy them lunch. You know, the rules are so harsh on them.
Rightfully so. Fuck them.
And so it sounds like the rules are just more lax on these justices.
Oh, okay. But that ProPublica thing, the response to his response, they said that they had 5 legal ethics experts that all still said that he should have reported that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like the students got really nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing to say.
If this stuff fits within a legal loophole, there's way more shit that people are getting essentially probably bribed with.
I didn't get a chance to look it up, but obviously I'm going to sound probably silly, but Watergate, apparently, ever since Watergate, they made a law where the public servants essentially have to report that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, in the 70s is when it kind of came up after Watergate.
Way before my time. I'm like, what?
And like I was saying, it sounded like it was just like some types of gifts, you know?
How do you classify that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the laws. But another weird thing that as if 160-foot super yacht going to Indonesia isn't weird enough.
One vacation, $500,000 is what they estimated it.
That's such a blatant like fuck off of money,
right?
And like there are people starving in the streets here,
right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
It's disgusting.
It is. It literally is. Yes.
But
hey, imagine how much fun they had. They had such a blast, dude. I saw some pictures,
and that in itself also is fucking weird Epstein shit. Like,
it is, man.
They were probably doing some fucking weirdo shit.
Weird grooming type activities.
Something.
Ugh,
something.
Rich people are just weird.
You don't go to Indonesia and not do like illegal in the United States shit.
Right.
I don't know what the laws are like over there.
I see what you're saying.
But like shit is probably legal there that isn't legal here.
Rich white dudes, watch out for them. They'll take your teeth, bro.
So one of the most recent things was like Justice Thomas had sold Harlan Crow a house and 2 vacant lots for $130,000.
Okay.
Which won a really good deal.
Steal, bro.
Yeah, depending on where it's at. Like almost anywhere that it's at. And it's probably in a pretty big city. But Clarence Thomas's mother was still living in the house.
Okay.
And is still living in the house.
Wait, what?
And Harlan Crow is like paying for updates on the house and shit.
Whoa. That's not...
Super sketch.
What? Let me take care of your family,
yeah,
dog.
Yeah.
No biggie, dude. No biggie. What does she want done to her house? New roof? Oh, yeah, dude. It's on me, dude.
Did you hear the recordings from, like... It almost seemed like Clarence Thomas's, like, campaign to become justice. It was some sort of recording. It was a documentary where he claimed to be an everyman with modest taste. From the documentary Created Equal. There's a recording of him. He claims that he prefers traveling the countryside and staying at RV parks and Walmart parking lots. And quote, "I came from regular stock and I prefer being around that."
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck says that?
You can't say both of those things. First of all, you prefer going on $500,000 trips to fucking
dude,
Indonesia.
Come on, get your D sucked, bro.
By some fucking sexy
Filipino
lady boy.
We were both going the same place.
I saw Kev Dog and his
Kev Dog, how's he doing?
He was hammered.
Oh, well.
Maybe something else too. I don't know. He was even more awkward than usual.
Oh, fuck, dude.
But
awkward day.
But his partner.
Oh yeah.
Was in the burlesque troupe that we went and watched.
Nice.
That fucker put on a fucking show, dude. He was probably one of the top 5 performers, and there was probably 10 to 15 performances.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure Kevin's a happy man.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, if I was getting a lady boy like that, I might be gay. But dude, hair way more majestic than both of ours.
Oh,
dude.
really?
They had some nice hair.
I can't remember the fucking guy's name. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, like Yoon or.
Yeah, that's what it was. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice guy though.
Yeah, Kev Dog's a nice guy. His partner's a super nice guy and a hell of a show person. So.
Yeah. Hell of a performer.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good on him. Hell of a disc golfer too. Kevin.
Oh yeah.
Kevin's fucking
mad disc
That's
golfer?
what the few times. I think we went disc golfing twice.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude's he's really good at disc golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just very consistent.
Excellent.
Yeah. Anyway, side note.
You got anything next?
Fuck, what do I got, dude? I did look up that New York.
The China police,
the robot digidogs.
Oh, okay. A bunch of New York shit in the news today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's more than just the digidogs. It's like there's a bunch of new police tech that they're using in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the digidogs. You want to take off on this? I probably got a little bit more than you, so I'll just pick up the back end. Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
Well, they're made by Boston Dynamics.
Yes, and they're like fucking $250,000 or something like that.
$750,000.
Oh my god.
But they are like, I mean, Boston Dynamics is fucking shooting the moon with these robots that they're building.
Oh yeah, that's a top end fucking military industrial complex player, right?
For sure. But I mean, and $750,000.
That's not a bad deal, dude.
No,
that's a lot of dogs.
There's a lot of crazier shit the government's spending on dogs.
Like the dog shit you don't have to pick up, right? The dog food you don't have to get. Like man.
Well, and they were. It has cameras and microphones on it. They're looking at being able to send this robot dog into crime scenes and not risking a human life. And the $750,000 is supposedly coming out of seizure expenses. So like when they rip a drug dealer's pimp ride or something.
But if you listen to people, they're like, if you get caught with cash and you're getting pulled over, they just seize it.
So something along those lines. I was watching Dave, if you've ever seen that, on Hulu. It's about Lil Dicky.
Oh, yeah.
So he has a new series out, and it was talking about rappers' chains.
Okay.
And so the reason that, like, minorities and it became a culture within, like, the rap community now, the reason why they wear jewelry like that is because if you get busted on the street, they can take any money, but they can't take your personal effects. So you get busted, they hold onto your chain and rings or whatever, and then when you get out, you just go and pawn that or sell it somehow, and you got some folding money for after you get out of jail. So that's the concept behind that.
That's like fucking God, where did I hear it? Now you're gonna bring it up.
It's almost like how rich people avoid taxes.
Well, it was like back in the day, like during the plague or something, people would wear like a little bag of money or whatever so that they'd be able to be buried or whatever.
Yeah, that's the purpose of like pirate jewelry too, like the earrings and stuff.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was you telling me about that actually. I thought I might have heard it on one of your podcasts.
The podcast, the Blue Ribbon Lounge Pirate podcast. It was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be so good.
No.
I always go into podcasts thinking it wasn't going to be so good. So there is also a K5, which it's like a 4-foot, 500-pound, like R2-D2 looking fucking Roomba thing.
What?
It's a security robot that's going to be patrolling like Times Square subway, I think. I don't know exactly like how it works or anything, but
it's just a presence.
Something like that, probably.
So it's just like a moving camera. So if it, like there's no dark spots, there's no spots where like the camera can't see around a certain corner because this fucking thing's just listening. Looking all the time,
which is it's great for like muggings, rapes, stuff like that.
I mean, I guess I don't really have a problem with it.
I mean, I feel like a lot of this stuff just
it's not going to prevent crime. I mean, it might prevent somebody from doing something.
You'd hope.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do is hope.
But it's not going to arrest somebody.
No,
it's not going to.
It's just going to stand there and watch you get fucking killed.
Yeah, right.
It's going to watch you get stabbed, and then they can record that, and then they can sell that to pay for your funeral. That's the viral video that they'll post. Right? That's how the world's going to work going forward.
And then they also have this Star Chase system.
I did read a little bit about that.
It's like some sort of rocket launcher that fires like a GPS unit and it sticks to like your car.
Yeah, like in the movies and shit.
Yeah. But so they think that that's gonna really stop car chases. That one does make a little bit of sense to me.
Yeah, it makes a lot of. If I can just go shoot your car with an arrow, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't have to go around chasing you. You just fucking go ahead, run.
Yeah.
Run. I'm just gonna fucking follow you on the tablet. Like,
follow you on the tablet.
It does make a lot of sense, right? I don't know. I thought they had it in like Fast and the Furious, like 4.
They probably
like,
did.
Where
they were way ahead of their time.
Yeah. Like what the? They even had something where like you shoot it at the car and it like just like
turns the car off or something.
Yeah, through like ESD, like
EMS.
Yeah, something. That's what it like. Yes, it shocks it.
Yeah,
it fucking ruins the electronics. Where the fuck are they at?
So the mayor had this to say about these new technological advancements. If at any way this is unsettling to people, we should rethink the equation.
Oh.
Which I think is something you just say, when something new's coming out. Because, I mean, they did stop doing stop and frisk, I think. But generally when they put laws and like tools into place, they don't care if it negatively affects people.
No, they just want to say that they did something, right?
Yeah.
And spend money and make sure that some Boston Dynamics is making money.
Yeah, that's really what laws come down to. But yeah, if it's only a matter of time before they're putting fucking machine guns on these robot dogs.
Like Boston Dynamics pushes the people at the city, right? The city, fucking whatever, transit authority, right? Because that's the people that would be purchasing this type of shit, I think. Because it's the same people that also purchase escalators.
That's funny.
Right. But that's what I mean. These people aren't necessarily experts. They're like, you bring in some super fucking Boston Dynamics slick fucking salespeople, you could probably convince a city to buy that shit.
Well, that's the same way that the fucking the medical system is. Doctors don't have time to research it. They're busy saving people's lives.
Right.
So when some fucking suit comes in and is like, hey, this miracle drug will fix all your ailments, some fucking snake oil, and then, yeah, they just
start handing it out.
Yeah. Oh, you did X research, and then it was double tested, and yeah, we'll buy it. Sure.
Yep. Sold. I'll take 2.
also, I'll take you out to dinner, and you'll get 10% of the proceeds.
Now those people have to report that stuff too.
Oh, really?
You can go online and look that up to see if your doctor's ever accepted any payment from pharmaceutical companies.
That is good. Too bad I don't have like a consistent doctor.
I know, that's why I was trying to look up Lauren's, her whatever therapy doctor.
Oh,
that prescribes her stuff. I was like, I just want to know your doctor's name. And I told her why, and she wouldn't tell me. I was like, I just want to know.
Also in New York news, we have the FBI busted a Chinese secret police station.
Oh. Okay.
So an office building near Chinatown in New York, in New York City, claiming to be a nonprofit organization to help and assist people of Chinese descent in the residence. Some of the things I heard one of the things I guess I heard they were supposed to be doing is like helping people get driver's licenses.
Fair.
But what they were actually doing was but they were actually like finding and berating people for like talking shit about the government, the Chinese government.
Oh, good on them.
And they were even like taking people and sending them back to China. They were threatening them with
Chinese people.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's what it sounded like to me. They were like threatening their families in China. Things like detaining their family, property seizures, and like rejecting their children from schools in China and stuff.
So anybody that escapes and tries to talk bad about China, they silence you by fucking harming your family.
Yeah, and it's like
smart.
It's not normal China harm. It's not like torture or anything. Right, dude. They're just like
you just won't see your kid ever again. It's fine.
Put the kid into like the social service system. So yeah, 230,000 people last year in 2022 were brought back to China. Whoa. And I don't know if those people were like going back home or if they were going straight to jail there.
Fuck, dude. That's wild.
There was also a story about
so scary.
There's also a story about a secret Chinese agent inside the Zoom company and hacking Zoom sessions. So the operative would like find meetings where people were talking shit about the Chinese government and like flood the meeting with like music and like yelling and stuff, and it would have like the meeting would eventually get shut down.
What a savage.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they're inside, man. They're inside. They're doing.
That's really funny. I don't know why it's so funny. That really tickles my funnies.
There's also a bunch of this. The Pentagon Papers that got leaked. So I had heard. So all in the news, you've been getting information about the leaker,
right?
And nothing about what was in the papers. From what I've been hearing.
Well, it's because it's old information, right? That's what they were saying.
From what it sounds like, it's information that the media was lying to us about. The government was telling like the media, and then they were lying to the media about it, like people being killed, how much we're sending to them.
Right.
It's actually like way more or less, or it depends on the stat, but the numbers are all wrong.
Right. And
it sounded like we actually have boots on the ground over there.
Yeah, like they're Americans fighting next to them.
Yeah, which is we're supposed to not be doing that.
Right.
But there was an Aspen Institute Journalist Conference of the summer of 2020 explaining how to cover certain stories in a particular way to kind of like for everybody to be on the same page and to protect the government, it seemed like, and kind of like point the masses in a certain direction.
Of course.
And so some of the people there were the New York Times, Washington Post, people from Twitter, people from Facebook, people from Wikipedia, and every major media outlet, News or Fox, CNN.
What was this called?
The Aspen Institute Journalist Conferences.
Wow.
And so the model that they have been doing with these Pentagon Papers, and so this is not the first time that they've released Pentagon Papers. And the last time that they did it, they covered the papers themselves.
Mm-hmm. Like the content.
The content, yes.
Yes.
And it seemed like maybe that was like making too much unrest for the government and media,
Ooh.
Machine.
Right.
And so they wanted to break that principle. And so with these new papers, they had been told to focus on the individual and don't focus on the leaked information. And so that's why there was a news outlet that found out who it was before the FBI knew who it was, which is how much they didn't care about the information.
Ugh.
And every single media source was only talking about how it was leaked.
Right.
And I don't know if you've seen this, and I can't remember where I seen it, but it was every news media station saying literally the exact words.
Oh no, I haven't seen this.
I'll have to pull that up sometime.
Yeah.
And show you.
No, but no, that's like the old cliche though. It's all propaganda all the time coming from all of them, right? I mean, it's just now it's becoming more and more obvious, I think. Like the veil is being lifted off people's heads.
Oh, yeah.
People are, I think, more the percentage of people that are coming to realize that you can't just fucking believe anything that they say on the news, or that it's news at all and not just advertisement followed by propaganda followed by more advertisement. I don't know. It's almost like you can't trust anybody that that believes that shit. I don't know.
Programmed.
It's a full-on propaganda machine.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? That's why we have to really support your independent media people.
Yes, please.
Breaking Points and all
Russell Brand.
People. Yeah, Russell Brand. He's out there fucking dropping nuggets. Dude.
Yeah.
Full-on nuggets. I know Matt Taibbi kind of fucking botched it a little bit with the Twitter files.
Tell me more.
And I didn't really look into it that much.
You fucker.
But he didn't really. He went on somebody's podcast and had a debate with this guy, and some of the files and the shit that Matt Taibbi reported out isn't necessarily true. Kind of calling into question his journalistic integrity, so to speak.
Yeah. I would imagine it's hard to find the truth, right? So
imagine you're given this giant trove of fucking files, and you got to somehow start making some money off of it. You got to start making some news out of it. So you dig into it a little bit, and you release something.
Yeah.
And then you dig into it some more, and it turns out it's a different story than what you originally sold.
Yeah.
So fuck it. That's what
Yeah, it's all about
fuck it. You're learning
perception.
Yeah.
And that's like redaction. You have to learn when to redact.
Yeah, and that's basically what he said. He said, "I'll go back, and if there's any corrections that need to be made, I'll make those." But,
yeah. So, along with that, Pentagon Papers leaked. There's this big thing about the Pentagon failing its fifth audit in a row.
It's never passed an audit.
Correct. It's in 1990, the Congress passed a law for all federal agencies to produce regular audited financial statements. The Department of Defense is the only one who hasn't passed. But it sounds like the Department of the Defense is the biggest one.
They spent a lot of money, dude.
In 2022, their defense budget was $770 billion.
That's so much money.
Yeah. So it took the Department of Homeland Security a decade to pass its audit, and it's like a fraction of the size. Some of their issues are they have old systems for tracking funds, which is like the problem with every big business we've worked in, these audits cost the government $128 million to conduct. And the last time that they did one, it cost them $472 million to try and fix the problems that were uncovered.
Ooh, well, I mean, fair.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like
you just let them run wild.
Being in quality, it's like, how do you do this?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like working in quality still, you see like the things that are happening because of systems that were put in place by your predecessors. And in order to change those systems, you have to change the entire way the culture operates. And in order to do that, it would take a serious revolution.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. So like the branches underneath the Department of I love Freudian slip. Beneath the Department of Defense are the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, which all have smaller departments within them. Coast Guard.
Come on, dude.
The National
Space Force.
Is it? I forgot we have the Space Force now. The National Security Agency, the Defense Intelligence Agency, the National Geospectral Intelligence Agency, the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, National Reconnaissance Office, Missile Defense Agency, Defense Counterintelligence and Security Agency, the Security Cooperation Agency, the Defense Information Systems Agency, the Defense Contract Management Agency, the Defense Finance and Accounting Services, the Pentagon Force Protection Agency. Like, you have all these huge, probably big departments.
That's insane.
But I mean, it's also like the Pentagon. Like, there's not one guy at the Pentagon that's like filing all this paper. They should all have their own internal auditing systems. So this was a crazy thing that I heard. The Navy found a warehouse with $126 million worth of airplane parts that was not accounted for within the audit.
Well, $126 million worth of airplane parts, that's enough.
That could be a couple of seats.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you're just talking like...
We were selling...
the size of a two-car garage. You know what
I
mean? It's like...
Yeah, that's true.
You got 2 BFT tanks in there, big whoop. You know what I mean?
I guess that's true.
Like, whoops, we forgot we rented this spot the space and put this shit there. Sorry.
And realistically, like, the biggest portion of any budget is going to be the people. Because you got to pay, fair living.
Maybe.
Technical government fair living wages,
Yeah.
Yeah. And being in the military, I think you make good money. Plus, like, you have to get those people places. Plus, you have to feed those people. Like, those people are all living off this budget, which was, last year $770 billion. Since 1998, the budget has grown from $634 billion to $770 billion. But when you consider that compared to the national U.S. budget, it has actually dropped from in 1988. It was 5.7% of the national budget in 1988 to 3.5% in 2020.
Yeah, see, well, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all about perception, but...
And if you think about it, like, how much shit has inflated since when, did you say?
1988.
Yeah, you're telling me shit hasn't inflated more than that percent since then? Like, I fucking would imagine that inflation just being 6% or whatever the last fucking year.
And it sounds like they have been, I don't know if it's found or created $27 billion in savings from 2017 to 2021. And when they're failing, it's not by quite as much.
So they're getting better.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's all you can hope for.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's like people have such a distrust for the government now that any negative hearing thing, you can spin anything.
Yes, you can.
The Pentagon failed its audit versus the Pentagon audits are going better than they ever have.
Right.
you know, you
At
spin
least
it.
they're fucking checking themselves. I know.
And now isn't there, I didn't look this up either, but I heard in passing, are there like, they're looking into generals being paid by outside governments?
I have not heard of that.
I have to try to maybe check that out for the next pod.
Yes. Look that up. Look that up.
Well, I think that's good, man.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Quitting before we're burnt out on a subject is great.
Exactly.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Check out the Blue Ribbon Lounge podcast.
It's much better than this one, I promise.
It's just much different.
Yes.
We're coming on our 2 years, so that's pretty exciting.
Is this episode fucking 4.5 for us?
This is episode 7.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, we're moving. We're making money moves.
Consistency.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see it. Yeah, and you know what? This episode I felt like went better than the last episode.
Last one just wasn't. We both were off.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Hey.
Just working too hard.
Yeah, that's what it gets to you.
Yeah. But, and you know what? I was talking about that in therapy.
Mm.
I'm just glad to be with you, man.
Yeah,
and
it's a good time.
if nobody listens to this,
fuck them.
I'm just glad to listen to you.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. It's like I still try and just focus on having just a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's just this fucking big dongus in my face.
But yeah, thanks. If you got this far, thanks.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
remember,
Thanks, Dad.
Does your dad listen?
Yeah, I think he does.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Remember to be good to yourselves.
Yes. Good words of advice there, Matthew. Later, folks. Oh my God. Lauren's FaceTiming me right now. Oh, hey, man. I'm podcasting with Matt. Say hi.
What are you doing? This is my time, Lauren. This is my time, Lauren. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I forgot it was Monday.